Used to be 75 and 80 up around Frederick or Boonesboro. I don't know if that's still open or not.
AC.
Message to Region 2. That's all I'm here for. Over.
One Kilo Alpha. Call J-Mog, over.
One Romeo 3, one routine, over.
One Romeo 3, send over.
And the roof looks great. It's nice to have a brand new roof when we're getting all this rain again. Let me think, what else? Working on the bike. Made some memories on that. It's 34 years old. And I guess I don't know what I was thinking. I thought I was just going to get on it and ride it, right? But no, I have...
And just put it in the cooler with a bunch of Cokes. I know, anyhow, it was right funny. We were down at Ocracoke. Now, Ocracoke is pretty remote. You got to take a ferry over there.
That's like gratification in it. You know, the charging system wasn't ever good. The charging system failed. They use a battery to set up electromagnetic field on the rotor. That's how that one's configured. Sometimes they do it just the outside, do just the opposite, reverse places and spin the stator. But in this case, they're spinning the rotor, electromagnetic rotor. And, I went through it pretty thoroughly. Thank goodness. One of the first things, actually before I even retrieved the bike, I had already acquired a service manual. And it's supposed to read between 5 to 7 ohms, through the slip rings, connecting the winding of the rotor. I'm only getting 1 ohm. So after 34 years, it's a hot running bike, air-cooled, of course. It must be that the enamel on the windings baked and just started to fly.
Going on for probably 10 or 12 years that they start.
They will come, and well, this kind of stuff they send you now, and I got to read it later. But hopefully they come this time. They didn't come the other day. They said it was repaired. It's not repaired. I'm now losing the internet completely, and then it comes back. And what a mess over here. But yeah, that guy that spit on that lady there, John, they caught him. They arrested him. He's charged with aggravated assault and a bunch of other things. So he has to go to court. I hope they put him in jail. That's where he belongs. Something like that. But they did catch him. And, it's not the idea that I'm not, if these people want to...
Yeah, we don't usually get that. I don't know, the band might be long.
And, on 160, I have to use an outboard...
he would be running the net. So we'll have to see if he makes it downstairs.
Remote.
Association, and
I don't really have a topic, but I have a,
utilizing
I have the first one is my operating system and where I install all my common programs I use, and the second one is like a data storage, data that I access all the time, and then I have 2 serial ATA drives that are 2 terabytes each.
what do you need them for?
I got other data. I got data stored on here from all kinds of stuff.
All right, good. Well, then you're all set then. That's good. And one is you said. I'm sorry, I wasn't paying attention. One was what? The as far as the M.2s. What's the how big are they?
The one is 512 meg, and that's where I have the operating 512 gig, and that's where I have the operating system and Smart SDR and WSJTX, all the software I normally run, all the programs that are installed and everything on the computer on the first M.2, and then the second one I have set up is data. A lot of data that I normally access on a regular basis. And then I have 2 drives that I use for storage. I also another serial ATA drive in here, which is 4 terabytes, and that one I use to use Acronis, and I back up Acronis from the 2 M.2 drives to the 4 terabyte drive.
All right, you just told me one of the. I don't really care about the mechanical drives. The M.2s, you said one was 500 gig. What's the other one?
The other one's only 256. Okay.
All right, so that's good. They've come down a lot though, Dave. You can get the Western Digitals like $130 now. 1 terabyte. So they've come down, but 500's enough. I mean, and you got the other drive, so you really don't need any more. It's fine. That's good. So you're ready to go. You're all set.
Yeah. Well, I've got the Samsung Evo 970 Pro. That's what's in here as my boot drive, and that is just lightning, wicked fast.
Well, they say they're 10 times faster, Dave, than the Samsung, 2.5-inch, the regular solid state drive. That M.2 that you have is 10 times faster than Samsung's solid state drive.
Back in here, guys. K2BI.
Yeah, good, Tony.
Hey, Dave. How you doing, man? Yeah, I just got finished eating. So Ed will be back in here. Yeah. Sounds good. I guess we'll just we'll call on Harry here, see what he's been up to, and just go on.
Para mirar a que sea uno, muchachos, porque no tenemos ánimo para solo comer.
Those engines, Newport County Radio Club HFNet. This is the Newport County.
Than you had before. Sometimes mics are like that. They pick up everything in the world. It's like
Vermont net. This net beat.
NFI, this is W4CAS.
They had outside the store up there to keep the sun off the
all properly
and at the picnic table, one of them big old sunscreen shades, and they had it pulled up and all the string was laying there on the ground. I went over there and threw my coffee cup in the trash can. When I turned around, that thing was wrapped around my feet, and I started falling, and the last thing I remember was looking down at that big old concrete post and saying, if my head hits that post, it's going to be bad. So guess what? My head hit that post.
I'll be there.
took me, I don't know, 6 months to get over it. I mean, I didn't drive to mount anything for 6 months. I mean, I had a bad concussion. You look at something and it was like your eyes focused on it, but your brain wouldn't. It was weird. These football players and boxers that have concussions, I swear, I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't go through that for nothing.
I got pictures from one little family lightning crashes here. I think they're just west of me somewhere, maybe in New York State. All right, well, let's see. If you want the frequency, we can move up, certainly. But I don't even know if anyone's going to show up tonight. Calling the VHF group. This is WZ1V, Whiskey Zulu 1 Victor. Anyone around tonight? Over. Looking for N1, no, that's right, N1GC is not going to be around. Looking for K1ISR, WA4LM, K1PXC, WA1ZRK, W2ACR, W9KXI, and you fellas around, WZ1V. K1PXC. Hey, Pete. Yeah, it's just
next suspense that we've been left in.
Sabiendo que los radios de nosotros son come carga.
Bueno, Alberto, no, que sí que tenías seguro. El cajo tiene seguro. El que no tiene seguro es el cuerpo mío. Porque yo fui el que le di al cajo, ¿sabes? Que llega a ser el otro cajo que yo me fui y le daba ahí con mi cuerpo. Ahí yo no estoy asegurado yo, mi cuerpo. Pero el cajo sí, el cajo la doña tiene seguro. Eso fue lo que quiere decir por ahí, Alberto, adelante. Kilo Zulu no India.
Alfa Bravo. No, sí, yo entiendo, fue un malentendido ahí. No, porque no es buen chacho, tío, lo que ten cuidado. Y sabes una cosa, que tú, si hubiera hubiera alguien ahí de testigo de que tú te caíste ahí, seguro tuyo te tenía que pagar, para que tú lo sepas, seguro el cajo ese. Eso yo lo he visto aquí, que mucha gente lo ha hecho, yo me quedo bobo, pero yo sé que tú no lo ibas a hacer contra tu señora ni contra ti mismo, pero ¿qué pasa?
Eso es positivo, muchachos. No había nadie a los alrededores en ese momento. Había gente así, pero no me estaban ahí a la vista que me vieron. Muchachos, pero me metí al cajo y prendí el aire de una vez. Lo prendí para coger así, para pasarle, ya tú sabes, el dolorcito y el susto. Y nada, pues nada, para adelante, Adalberto, para adelante. Yo creo que mañana pues nos tenemos que también coger libre, quedarnos en la casita y recuperarnos ahí. Eso es solo comentarios, Adalberto, que mañana creo que está supuesto, no sé, creo que va a llover, viene un poquito de agüita por ahí. Según escuché por ahí en las noticias. Por ahí, pero eso es lo que tengo entendido. Adalberto, solo comentarios, adelante, Kilo Zulu no India, adelante.
Ok, Alfa Bravo. No, seguro que sí. Si hay que cogerlo suave, nadie sabe, tú sabes, tú eres el único que sabes ahí cómo te sientes, tú sabes. Yo te aconsejaría, si no eres alérgico, que consigas por lo menos 2 Tylenol ahí, o como le dice la gente, 2 Panadol o algo así, algo que te relaje un poco, para que puedas descansar, porque si no puedes descansar a la noche, mañana vas a amanecer de muchacho, bueno, anyway, ya tú sabes lo que te quiero decir.
Eso es positivo. Tengo por ahí que has recetado, pero que son, antes las motrinas son que siempre te recetan la ibuprofen. Yo por ahí, si no tengo alif, me meto una alif por ahí antes de ya tú sabes, de planchar la oreja, de irme para el llano, como decía mi suegrito por ahí, que paz descanse. Y cuando iba para allá, decía, voy para el llano, y yo, ¿para el llano? ¿Dónde? A la cama. Yo, que vamos para el llano a planchar la oreja, me meto una alif o algo, un ibuprofen. Porque a la verdad ahorita me tiene un ratito y cada vez que me muevo, muchacho, tengo que chillar un poquito. Tengo que chillar por el dolorcito. Tengo que decirle a la doña también que me diera la manita para subirme ahí, porque el dolor ahí ya tú sabes, me imagino mañana, Dios quiere, estaremos mejor. Como dice siempre que al otro día cuando explota el dolor, son los comentarios de Alberto, pero nada, para adelante, para encima. Vuelvo y digo, podría haber sido peor a Alberto, que yo solo no ir de adelante.
Alfa Bravo, no, eso es así. No te preocupes, ahí te con lo suavecito ahí. Yo sé que tú eres el jefe mismo tuyo, yo por lo menos, Yo no quería hacer nada hoy porque yo me sentía la patada, pero con todo eso hice 3 cajitos. Acaban de traerme una Jeep en grúa ahí, que no me deja terminar los que tengo ya viejos ahí, que tengo ahí una guagua ahí que tengo que terminarla. Ya yo le puse todo, me falta el alternador, la bomba de power steering y ponerle la serpentina y los cables que tiene por ahí conectar las conexiones del motor ahí para atrás y chequear la línea de gasolina, asegurarme que esté bien conectada. ¿Y qué otra cosa me falta ahí? ¿Cómo es que le dicen ustedes? El flow main, la manga y el filtro de aire, y ponerle la batería y se va. Eso lo que falta es tontería. Voy a ver si tengo un chancecito para ver si la termino, porque el dueño está medio cascarú conmigo, pero ya tú sabes, ¿qué voy a hacer? Yo tengo que atender los que vienen todos los días, porque son los que me dejan el pago de la, como dice, del mortgage, no hay de otra manera.
Oye, ese es positivo por ahí, ¿no? Que te siga por ahí, que Dios te bendiga y te siga siempre ahí. Bueno, por lo que veo, estás bendecido. Porque usted siempre ahí tiene trabajo y siempre le llega ahí 1 que 2 cajitos. Y yo siempre te digo, saque esos 3 que te lleguen 5 más a la meta, que saque lo que tenga y por ahí ya tú sabes, que tengo una fila hasta la otra esquina ahí. Para que usted siga por ahí echando para adelante y ya tú sabes, bendiciones ahí. Usted se merece eso y mucho más, Alberto. Son los comentarios. Adelante, Kilo Sur 1 India.
Trato, pero a ver, veremos a ver ahí. Yo no sé si tú te das cuenta ahí, me van a tirar carga, se cansaron y se fueron. Dice, estos diablos están duros de verdad. Nada, gracias por eso ahí, esos de buenos deseos, Ángel. No, gracias ahí, y todo lo que venga yo mientras pueda, pero te digo la verdad que yo lo más que pienso estar aquí son 2 años más y me quiero ir para allá, para Carolina ya. Pero a través del radio yo estoy seguro que yo te voy a comunicarme contigo. Ya, Dios, claro que sí, al teléfono también. Este es el comentario, Alfa Bravo Buen Sierra.
No me diga eso, Alberto. Ni vuelta, te escuchas lo bien para acá y subiste de momento 25 ahí y 30 para acá. Ahí me sube hasta 25 y 30 para acá del audio y no te digo, porque esa caja de pecho no se quiere para nada, eso no se consigue en ningún lado. He tratado, pero no la encuentro por ningún lado, una caja de pecho así para el audio. Ahí, eso está ahí, el audio y ahí súper, y como te digo, a 10, 25 y casi 30 para acá son los comentarios de Alberto. Adelante, que lo subo no India.
Ok, Alfa Bravo, Juan, si era nada, eso, que el pecho plástico que ordené por correo va a llegar, imagínate cuando llegue, ¿cómo va a quedar el peso, papá?
Está bueno eso, Alberto, está bueno ahí. El audio ahí como siempre, como yo cuando no me gusta, yo te lo digo, te mando un texto o un email rápido, no te escucho como siempre. Por ahí hoy te estoy escuchando como siempre, estaba ahí dándome 20, por el momento ahí a 25 y 30 para acá, un poquito más, un chinchín más, como digo yo, y me da 40, Alberto, son los comentarios. Adelante, que lo solo no India.
Oye, ese buen reporte ahí, pues mira la aguja ahí, vamos a ver hasta dónde llega, para hacer la prueba, el Alfa Bravo Juan Sierra, haciendo la pruebita, mira, ahí está, salúdame. Ángel ahí, ok, ahí va de nuevo por donde estaba.
Log out, and then start all over, didn't lose my list, so that was a good thing, and put in my information again, log in again, and it worked the second time, so that took a little bit longer than I thought. What a pain in the neck that stuff is. Seems like they're not getting better with these websites where you do online ordering. It seems like over time they've been getting worse.
Maybe they're just overloaded.
I don't know if that's it or not. I don't know. Well, I guess that could be part of it, but you would think they'd be able to handle the traffic, commercial server. I mean, you wouldn't be using some old IBM 386 PC in a closet somewhere to do the business, would you?
Hey, there you go, an IBM PC. It's sitting in the closet. There you go. I don't have one.
Maybe some of them do. Oh, did you read, this was old news from about maybe 4 or 5 years ago. It was a news item. online. I think it was on Yahoo's page, and it said, no, actually, wait a minute. This was on 60 Minutes, come to think of it. I'm wrong. This was on 60 Minutes, and what it was, it was how good is our computers for our nuclear arsenal and all that? And they did some studies, and they found that it was, the launch order or something to do with the launching of the missiles is still, they're using an IBM PC with floppy disks running the software. Can you believe that?
Yes, because it was only a few years ago that NASA took out all their punch card equipment, over.
Yeah, no, it was on 60 Minutes. I couldn't believe that. Anyway, they claimed that was more hardened. It was a more hardened system than the modern computers. That was the excuse.
Yeah, well, it's the case in a lot of these cases where that may be true or not, but the difficulties, the stuff that's been written and put in there, just specifically for weak spots with the PC technology of the time, and getting around that. Of course, nowadays that software might not even run properly. So it's a case of a lot of that kind of stuff going on, and so you really got to start from ground up, from scratch. And when you do that, it's like doing the whole thing over, writing the whole thing over from scratch. And because it is what it is. So it's a problem, that's for sure. Large corporations have this problem. Government agencies, military. Especially military, they also have to deal with the security of it all too. So it's a major problem that it hasn't gotten easier, that's for sure.
Yeah, well, I guess it'd be hack-proof, right? I mean, if it was running DOS is very tiny. And it resides in memory once it's loaded off the disk, and there's nothing running in the background, So it'd be pretty much hack-proof. Maybe that was a thought. All right, let's see if anyone else last minute wants to check with us here. If not, I think I'm going to get out early. Anyone else join me and Pete? Over. Nope, I guess not. All right, Pete. Yeah, I keep an eye on that weather radar if I were you between now and 8:30 for the next net, because it is getting close to you there. But it's slow moving. It's pretty slow moving, so it may be almost an hour away from you. See you later on 432 Q1PXE WZ1V.
Yeah, did you see the piece about the Chinese? They were closing down one of their embassies, I guess, and I think it's in Texas, because they've been spying on everything, over.
Oh yeah, they closed down their embassy. Well, and then they're crying about it, saying they're going to retaliate and all this. But you're right. They probably had all their spies there spying on us and stealing secrets, whether they're military or maybe just innovations in technology. They're really good at stealing technology and making it cheaper than we can. That's always been the problem. All right, Pete, we'll catch you in a little while. 73. I don't want to wear out our welcome with the W8s. Q1PXE WZ1V.
Yeah, okay, Ron, good enough. We'll catch you later. Good talk with you here. See you on 432 150 in a little over a half hour. Yeah, 3/4 of an hour from now. WZ1V, K1PXE. And I'm not hacking your software because I'm too damn lazy.